Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. Today we are going with the new chapter that is called as e-commerce and e-government. And what is e-commerce and is e-governance? What we will be seeing in this our slideshow. So starting with my chapter, what is e-commerce? First, we should know what is commerce, because if you know the commerce, then you will be able to know what is e-commerce. Commerce is nothing but where you go with our studies of business. So this is related to commerce. So e-commerce is nothing but where you are going with the electronic business. Okay, where your transaction is done with the electronic media, that is called as e-commerce. Here, buying and selling of goods service are done via internet or using internet. Okay, and then if you have seen the e-commerce basic example, we are having nowadays online shopping on Amazon, Flipkart, or in OLX. In OLX is one type of e-commerce where the consumer to consumer transactions, that means someone who wants to sell his thing on over the internet, he can just put the ad on that and he can sell it, so on. And it's one of main basic thing what it's having is that it doesn't require paper work. The things all are done in this business is paperless, and it is done with the via electronic media, via data interchanging or emails, so on. Next, what is the advantages of e-commerce we should know. First, that it is having a scope globally, it is a virtual world, meeting the demands of the suppliers and the sellers, meeting the demand of the buyers, the seller meeting the demand of the buyer in a virtual world without the barrier of any place. Then we have a global scope is there. Transaction can be done via electronic media, simple by website or anything, or via electronic media apps, electronic apps, and so on. And next, the most thing is that cost saving. It is a cost saving. It helps the user to buy the product with the cheaper way, and also reduce the cost of searching a product. This, if you have going in Amazon, very nicely you just type on the thing you want. Let us take, I bought a mobile of any good company. I just search on the net, and if the price what in the MRP which is it showing is less than that, we can purchase it. So it's very simple way. It can be searching of going one shop to other shop is not required. Just on the net, you just serve it up and you will be getting the product. Next advantages is that you can shop anytime at midnight, at means 25/7 the things online shopping can be done. And next is that no third party involvement is there in this, that is no intermediate involvement in this e-commerce, that directly involvement of buyer and the seller. Next is the most that public service, paying of taxes, or having a health services there, all can be done with the help of e-commerce. So you hope you understand. I'm going back to the slide, the things we should know about the advantages we should know. First, global scope. Second, electronic transaction. Third, cost saving. Fourth, anytime shopping, no intermediaries, and public service. But the basic disadvantage of e-commerce is that it requires electronic things. That is, you should have your computer system or your Android mobile system or anything should be, and the employer, whom you are employing, or whom the employee should be well trained also. Site maintenance should be very high, because sometimes it's happened many a times the site get crash up. So all these things means the cost of this development is very high and expensive. Next, sometimes in some things you require personal attendance, so physical presence is not there in this. Like for example, jewelry, you can't say that this jewelry which you are purchasing is exact what you want to purchase from there. That also can difference are there. So physical appearance is lack of physical appearance, because of your personal interaction is not done, then you can't be able to purchase jewelry or go with interiors and etc. So on. Security's main purpose is the security. Main purpose is your security, because threats are always there. While your transaction is done via your payment is done or anything is done, the threats are that essential information can be leaked or your account can be hacked up and so on. And delivery problem is most problematic here sometimes. It show you that within 2 or 3 days the product will be delivered to you, but it takes more than 1 week sometimes, because it does not get that equipment, or when the delivery is done and that after delivery the things which you have purchased is sometimes is let me simple way, sometimes the what product you want, that product you not got it, or sometimes the products is missed things, means some products sometimes crack up, or some products are defected, sometimes products get defected and you are not satisfied with the goods delivery. Now next what we have to learn is the difference between traditional commerce and e-commerce. Traditional commerce, simple commerce, that is a local exchange of goods and service manually within a person, while e-commerce is automatically done with the help of an app. It's not available in the 24/7, but it is available 24 globally. Here face-to-face interaction can be done in the traditional commerce, while in the e-commerce screen-to-face interactions is means face-to-face interaction cannot be done. Screen-to-face interaction is done. Limited to particular geographical region, means where you are and that place only you can get it, or sometimes here the market is globally, means from wherever you want you can get the pieces. Mode of payment is simple via cash, check or debit credit. By here electronic media is used. Here it is good for a local market, but e-commerce is very good for a global market to expand the business globally. Then the e-commerce is perfect things. Okay, next types of e-commerce we are having. The types of e-commerce are what? First of all, we should know that first the type of e-commerce is business to consumer. What is business to consumer and what is business to business? All we will be studying. So there are basically 4 types of e-commerce, that is business to consumer, and business to business, business to consumer, business to business, consumer to consumer, and consumer to business. The business to consumer is that here the seller, he put the pieces or the product on the site for selling, and the purchaser or the buyer who wants to buy the product, he can just go on shopping and he can get. So Amazon is one of the example of business to business consumer model. Next is business to business model. In business to business model, it is basically related to certain manufacturing, means business to business model. Your raw material related thing, production department is different, automobiles, equipment you want, all this can be done with the help of business to business model. Next is consumer to consumer. A simple I have told in previous slide only. OLX is one of the example. Quikr is one of the OLX means once consumer he wants to sell some of his let me give you an example. He wants to sell his chair. He put an ad of the chair on the OLX or Quikr, and the other consumer who doesn't want anything, means he just want instead of sofa, chair, so they can exchange the idea and they can buy it. So OLX is one of the example. Then is consumer to business. Here is simple written by a blog. Business for eBay is one of the examples of consumer to business, means a blog can be written by a author for a business to improve, and then the consumer just that these things should be there, and if it is there, then the seller can expand his business. Now let me go with the types of e-commerce. Business to consumer. Now see here, let me give you a simple thing how the business to consumer work. Let me go with the online. Let me say Amazon. Okay, customer, he is surfing on the net. He wants to buy he see the online store. In that he wants certain equipment and products. He see the offers on that store. Then he purchase that product. Okay, now here he purchased the product. Now here while purchasing the product, he go to the next phase, that he is going with the payment mode. By selecting the product, he go with the payment mode. Here the payment mode, he can go with online transaction. Okay, it doesn't require that he should pay. He can pay by cash also and everything. Then after the payment, the product is then expectation, means the product can be delivered from where the product. Now the seller, what he will do, he just then deliver the product to the consumer. This is the process going in the business to consumer model. Next is consumer to business model. Sorry, but business to business model. Here what I have written is wrong. It is business to business model. So please understand it. B2B model. Now business to business means manufacturer department, and the means if manufacturer department wants a product, that is a raw material he wants, so he go with the supply other part of the raw material department. The raw material department accept the product, things are passed, and then they accept the transaction is done in between them. Next is consumer to consumer model. What you do in consumer to consumer model? See, simple. One customer who wants to sell his product, he just went on the OLX site, he put his product ad on that and give it that contact. The other customer want to buy that product itself. He see that the product is good enough. He just have that customer's ad and give a response to that site. After giving response, he get a call from the customer one. Customer to give the call to the customer one. Then the money transaction and product transaction is done. This is how the process of consumer to consumer. Next is consumer to business model. And this consumer to business model is that is a content marketing. If the consumer, where the consumer say certain things I want, let me tell, I want a t-shirt. So just a consumer, eBay is one of the best example for consumer to business, that he just want to describe that these things, just give me a ring that this equipment is done, means then what we go, we just describe it and give a block to that business, and that things is delivered. This is the content of marketing. It's called as a content market. What you want, you just describe on to the business person, and that then if it is available, it will be purchasing. Next, what is e-trade cycle? Now what is a trade cycle? Now we are going e-commerce. Trade cycle is nothing but how your changing or exchanging of things are done. Exchange between a customer and the supplier take place when a commercial exchange is. For example, they first will be there. Simple a trade cycle maybe consist of how first the customer seeing the product, and the product is going, he the first surfing on that product, which product you want, and certain things are going on. So I will be showing you in my next layer how it works, how the trade cycle works. So a simple definition, trade cycle is a series of exchange between a customer and the supplier that takes place when a commercial exchange is executed. Now getting up with this, trade cycle consists of 3 to 4 phases. First is the pre-sale phases, which go with search and negotiate. Then is execution phase, which goes on order and delivery. Then is settlement, which goes with invoice and payment. And last is the after sale, that is the warranty and sales. Now in pre-sale is the first sales, means if you want certain product, you are searching on that net. Let me, I want certain product on Amazon. Let me, I want a mobile of MI. What I do, I will be searching that mobile on the Amazon site. If that what according to your budget it is satisfied, you negotiated with that, then you go with the next phase, that is the execution phase. Means here you will order that product. After order, it will be asking you whether you want to buy it. Then you go with the delivery process, and after that then we go with the settlement. There is you go with the invoice and payment. After that, these phases, after the three phases, is the last that is called the warranty phases and the sales service. This 1 year warranty means many products having a warranty of 1 year and so on. So these four phases are there in a trade cycle phase. Next, what we are going on, let me show you how the phase go. See here we go for search, that is a pre-sale, search and negotiate, that is called as pre-sale. After that, order and deliver, that is execution phase. Then is invoice and payment, that is called as settlement. And that after sales, what I told you is nothing but your after sales is nothing but your warranty and sales service. This is one of the trade cycle. The mode of payment, there are many modes of payments we are having. Credit card we are having, Visa, merchant card, then RuPay cards are there, then mobile payments are there, that is Paytm we are having, Bheem we are, Google Pay. Nowadays these types of apps are there where easy transaction can be done. Then bank transfer, having internet banking or fund transfer we can do from one person to another. We just have the account of other person, we just go with that. We are having certain Paytm wallets are there, State Bank buddies are there. These type of wallets we are, you just put how much some monies you just store there and you can purchase anytime and from anywhere. Next, what we are having is the form of e-commerce. What are the forms of e-commerce? That is m-commerce we have, that is a mobile commerce which is buying or selling of goods and services through a smartphone and tablet. Then we are having social commerce with the help of social media, that is WhatsApp and or Facebook or other things we can do with this. Then we have e-commerce. This is related to all that m-commerce also, the social commerce, or it has EDI also, supply chain management also. It's e-commerce technology means new technology. You have in a transaction of business via mobile app, transaction of business via social networking, or transaction of business by the electronic data interchange or supply chain management. These basically three forms of e-commerce: m-commerce, social commerce and e-commerce technology. Next we are having electronic. Now I will be discussing about EDI. What is EDI? It is one of the important concept which you learn in your e-commerce. EDI is nothing but electronic interchange of business information using a standard format. Standard format means you are satisfied with all the things. Let me give you some information from one part to other part of the company can be done by electronic ways. Tender passing is done with this. We can go, or EDI can be done with the help of, let me say, booking of any things, or having a financial contract between two companies. Then we can go with the electronic data. It is error free. Accuracy is it having a good accuracy level and improved data speed. Reduce inventory cost. No need of going with all the simple process. So inventory cost is very less. Better decision making. You can quickly make a decision. Don't rely that it takes severe times for you for going with the business transaction. So easy means online tender passing is, you have seen online sometimes business are done with the help of electronic media and so on. Next concept we are learning after this is e-governance. What is e-governance? It is a simple, let me take your simple thing, a transformation of government to provide efficient, convenient, transparent service remains. Now if e-governance is that here the interaction of government and the people are there, and here very easy that it is simple way you can go, electronic way we can go. Let us say we are having a payment of taxes, or let us say some standard service of citizens are done, business through iCity, in internet information communication technology. So simply we go with the e-governance. First is a transformation of government to provide efficient, convenient and transparent service to the citizen as well as to the business through information communication. Let me say, if you want nowadays e-tax are paid, or sometimes you are linking with your Aadhaar card and all these, then the secure process are done. This is done with the help of e-governance. Purpose of the e-government is to simplify the process for all, that is government, citizen and business. This simplified process according to the government, when the interaction, let us take nowadays we are having the main academic diseases going on, and that two different government of different state are standardized with that how to go with the economic level, then this can be done very nicely. Or citizen means satisfaction citizen needs can be done with the help of certain projects are going on, business related information. So simplify the process, means simplify it is nothing but a small it doesn't require so much way that you have to go on a line. You just go in on the internet, you solve it for the what things you want on that according to what the government could provide for you and so on. Next is deliver smart government. Smart government, it is why I have given a smart government. First, smart means simple, M is moral, A is accessible, R is responsive and T is transparent. Simple, moral, accessible, responsive, transparent government. And a simple way it can be working up. The moral means what the rules, what are the behaviors it will be taking up, and very easily accessible, responsive to the queries of the citizens or government or the business, and transparent means it does not it does not ditch at you, or sometimes means the transparency is there. You don't have to that whether we should go or not, and these things can mean all the things are shown in a proper way, and you can accept that these things can be done up. Next up, advantage of it, reduce corruptions. Very nicely, if you're paying online, payment is done online of a government tax or other things, then the corruption is very less. There is no need of and also you get the benefit that sometimes 5%, 2% or 3% discount you also got. Transparency, remember all the information is very transparent, no need that you high transparency rate is there. Next is increase convenience. According to the convenience you can pay if you want a part payment, or according to the convenience of the companies or the business or the citizen or the government, they can have an interaction between the through the e-governance. Direct participation of each and everyone. Overall cost is very less. Expanded reach of government means it will be reach, the government can reach you very nicely. It's having a wide expand and so on. Next, now let me show you e-governance. First, you are having better security, you are having cost effective, then you are having better service for citizen, then transparency between the two people, simple and efficient you are having, easy maintenance is done with the e-governments, instant access wherever you, from wherever you want to expansion of your governance means you can expand your business or with the help of e-governance. All things are transparent. If you are paying the tax to the government, it is also shown. If you are not paying, it is also shown, and so on. Types of e-governance is government to citizen, government to business, government to government, and government to this is a type of first. What is government to citizen, what is government to business, and what is government to government? You all think these four things you should know. Let me start with the government to citizen. What is government? The service which is available between the government and the citizen to get access to the variety of service. Now, what type of service you having citizen should have? Let me the municipal corporations having. Let me give you one simple example. Ration card. When you enroll your thing on your name on your ration card, new ration card you are making, so you just put the fill the form, everything is done, and just you want to see whether you are enrolled in the ration card, or ration card name is enrolled in the government service. Just you go on the government side and just see and put on the number of the what number they give you. Just put on if you don't have the number, you just link your You just link your Aadhaar code to the e-card, that is ration card site, or okay, portal. You are putting that, and then putting all the info, then you see that your ration card is able is seen, all your data is, if it not or not done, or it is not clear, the ration card is not made all, then it's what probably that you will be not seeing it. And it reduces the time and cost. No need nowadays, very easily many things can be done. Simple payment of taxes for citizen, payment of property tax and other can be done with the help of this government interact bodies. They are, let me tell you, are having many type of municipal corporation where online payment can be done. Can access anytime, anywhere, from anywhere you can access anywhere whatever information. Nowadays right to information is RTI is there, so that you get the exact information of what you want, what information you want. So this is one of the thing of government to citizen. Now see here, government first is tax. I already one example I have given, taxation. Next is education. You can go. Now what type of means in education level you are just going filling online forms on that, where you can go. Sports level you can real estate is there, travel is there, then security service, justice, healthcare. Justice means applying on if you are having certain problem, then you just go to the government bodies of, that is laws and other things. So these things are done, are there in the government to citizen. Next is having governments to business, exchange of service between the government and business. It is related means sometimes tender is passed online. Previous we will have seen on papers. Now you are seeing on the site certain tenders are passed, then the business person approaches to the government that and put at their tenders on that. So it can be done. Timely business information you can get access. Relevant means the information is very relevant from needed to the employee. Means no need that any corruption, whatever information is very relevant to it. And easy and convenient for online access government agency. Now see here, government to business, what we are having. Registration. Let me, if you want to register your company, then you can go with the government to business. Occupation means sometimes audit work can be done. Transport, insurance are there. Many insurance, life insurance and taxation can be done. Paying of tax online of business and other service can also be there. Next is government to government. What is government to government indicates between different government departments. Now let me say, take in Maharashtra government, they have given the policy so that certain things that they've asked the government of UP that they should provide so much grains and so much rice on here, and they will the interaction between two and they settle up with the shares and database with the government. Nowadays the main epidemic diseases only you can take. Sometimes different department of governments are handling different situation. Nowadays we are going with corona disease, that is COVID-19. What we are going, different government bodies are interacting with each other and with the same data. Different database are, same database is used with all the different government bodies and can be used for communication. Not see a simple migrants or workers who are working on the industries can be, now they want to move from Maharashtra to their native place. So the government of Maharashtra, he will interact with the government of UP that so and so persons will be moving to your place, as there are so many lockdowns are going on. So then interaction between two government bodies are going on and they settle up with that guy, and they how they will be managing in that can be done very nicely. Work on database are transformed very nicely, the share the database of all that person, and it can be available to every government bodies, where at the local level also international level, and it is safe and secure for it because between the domestic and the foreign government. Also if we have seen many of the time government to government, it may not only it related to the inside the country but also the outside country. Simply that is publics are moving from one place, from the migrants want from other country want to come back to their to their country. Then they have the foreign government bodies. They are talking session between the domestic government and the foreign government, and then they, after the secure the internalization of database, they can provide the information and they can send the person from the other countries to the our country. And so on. This is how the government to government work. And the basic is same thing is there. What is there in the government to business? Same thing is there. It is related to, but it is related to government transfer. And technology is what technology is, what natural resources we are using, and so on. Next is government to employee. It's one of the main sector where the government should work more nicely, because it is related to the employees details. It is an internal part of every government to government bodies, has it related to each and every detail of the employee and making impressive knowledge sharing between the employee. It can be related to the how to apply for their leave, or how to cut their PF fund, or checking the balance of holiday, and so on. Provide human resource training and development, how giving certain training to the employee. Let me give you one example. If a teacher training is always going on, whenever new things are invented, the teacher trainings are gone, so that student can learn more beneficially. So this can be done with the government to employee, and there is related to insurance, human capital, payroll, healthcare, security. Next, security measures in e-commerce. There are three measures which can be done. That is encryption, digital signature, and digital. Encryption is what? You're transferring. It's simple. I told hello world. Okay, I am giving hello world on the computer. What does the computer will do? It will read. It will take the text as a readable form, and it is transformed into a certain cheaper text, that is coded form in a binary numbers and certain things, or alphabet change, and it go to the second party. The second party having the key, he can read it and confirm. That is encryption. Then is digital signature, that is electronic signature is this, and digital signature. Now in the further slide we will be going with all these three. Encryption technique used to protect the information of user between the browser and the server. It includes password, payment information. Now if you go with the payment information, sometimes you book an online ticket, or sometimes you are paying online. So you just go internet banking. So after going to the internet banking, after entering your password, they show you certain of the things. The encryption is there. It will not be seen to the computer, but encryption is there. Now see how the plain text is working. See here the text is, let me think, Alex, read the book I have given. Now it is transferred into a cheaper text in a coded form. Now whatever then it is changes into some algorithm it work up, and that algorithm is done. Now in that algorithm, this message is passed to the second party, and the second party, if he is having the breaking that code, then he can read the plain text. This is how the work is done. Next, it includes two processes: symmetric, shared secret encryption, and a settlement. This is not there in your otherwise I have in detail I have given the explanation of it, but you should not, now you just know what is encryption and what are the two processes. Next, you are having digital signature. It is that type of authenticity. You are giving authentication to a certain that you can go with the encryption techniques, and more certain documents are going, and your digital signature is there. Until that signature you are verified up, you can't open it. So it consists of two basic keys, that is a private, and a private key is used to generate the digital signal, and public key is used to verify the digital signal. Next is digital certificate. Now if you have seen many times you are opening certain account, there you will be seeing a digital certificates to show you this is the digital certificate. It includes electronic passport that allow person or organ to exchange data securely over the internet. It uses public key certificate, identify the certificates. Thank you of watching my video. Now hope you are able to understand each and everything. If you are not able to understand, please comment on my YouTube channel. Jazakallah khair.